Hey, what's up guys, Devil Dog Gamer here, and welcome to another Marine Corps Mondays. So yeah, I was going to do a question and answers again. I know you guys like them, but some of the questions I've been getting are kind of a little too personal, like case-by-case questions. So I'm kind of like, I don't want to answer those because they're not really general questions. So if you guys got some questions next week, I'll definitely do a question and answer. Send them to me in a message or leave a comment here. Do general questions just about the Marine Corps and everything. Alright, but I'm bringing some Battlefield 3 using the LAV-25, the War Pig. You know, I'm very familiar with that. Go 24-0 in this round because I'm a baller. But anyways, I'm going to bring you some SOI stories, and this one's kind of a funny one, but it's more having to do with tactics and a leadership position. So anyways, we were out in the field, and this was one of our like week-long ones where we do the firing positions, everything. You know, you stay out there, you camp out there, you constant security, everybody's got watch and stuff, and you act like you're in a real battle scenario. So during that time, we were doing a lot of land nav during the day, and like it was kind of weird because you would do these courses and you'd like, you know, go through the woods, practice your formations, and they'd have shit set up and you wouldn't know about it, and you get ambushed and they try to see how you react and stuff. So because of all that, you're kind of on edge and everything. So we did a night, I think it was a night patrol, and we had to do like navigation at night, no night vision, just, you know, using your, you know, eyesight and everything. And I got picked to lead the patrol. So the instructor's with us, and he pretty much just gave me a map, told me, you know, get to all these points, and, you know, just, you know, take charge of everybody. So I handled the formations, moving the point, and land navigation is something that it's really easy for me. I can just glance at a map and tell exactly where I'm at that point, and I've never had a problem with it, so I was just trotting along and everything. And the whole back of my head, I was like, you know, because we had blanks, so we had everything loaded, and the whole time I'm like, yeah, I was like, I feel like we're gonna get ambushed, because it was only a platoon of us, and there were 3 other platoons back at the area that we had staged for our bivouac and everything, our defense point, I should say. So I was like, you know, I feel like we're gonna get ambushed. So I'm looking on the map, kind of seeing what kind of terrain we got ahead of us and stuff, and I noticed this one crossing. It was a road crossing, and there was a flat piece of land on it on the other side. It was a good, you know, it was a good sized flat piece of land, and I was like, you know, if I was gonna ambush, I would totally set one up there, because you're crossing right after the road, and it seems like a good spot. So we go through the patrol. I'm telling everybody, you know, keep quiet, you know, watch your noise and everything, you know, keep watching your sectors and everything. And we're going, so we approach this road, and it's nighttime, you know, there's a full moon, so you can kind of see, you know, not too well, but I mean, you could see a lot better than if it was just pitch black. So I'm looking at this road, and on the other side of the road there's like an embankment that would go up, and it's like maybe 10 feet high, so I mean, you're covered if you're running across, if, you know, no line of sight. But the flat piece of land that I was looking at earlier on the map, it's just, I could see it, there's like maybe 5 feet of dense trees on the top part of this embankment, and it's just a clearing. I was like, oh yeah, we're definitely getting ambushed on that clearing. I was like, I guarantee that. So I got my guys, huddled them together before we crossed the road, and I was like, listen, I was like, we're probably going to get ambushed. I was like, just in case, I said, we're going to make a little plan here. So my plan was, I'm going to have everybody cross the road together. We're going to post our security, go 2 men at a time, cross the road, because they're not going to hit you when you're crossing the road, because we don't cross all together at once. And that'd be stupid to hit you while you're crossing the road, because you're only going to get maybe 2 guys, and then maybe you'll have a split up platoon that can move independently on each side of the road, and then they're going to end up flanking you and killing you. So they're not going to hit us when we're hitting the road. So I figured they're going to let us get into the clearing and nail us. So what I said, we're all going to cross. I'm going to take a fire team, and I'm going to go about 100 yards to the right flank down that embankment, and we're going to hold there. And I said, I want the other guys to get online, move across the clearing together, the other 3 fire teams, and then just move across, and if they engage in contact, get down. And if not, send a runner back if you reach the end of the clearing to my fire team that I was going to take to the right, and we'll relink up. So I said, just in case, you know, I want a flanking fire team, just in case we get ambushed, because I don't want everybody online, and then we're gonna have to do bounding movements towards the, you know, where we're getting contact from. And if we're getting contact on the right flank, you know, I can move in right there, and if we're getting contact on the left flank, I can go ahead and just move my guys down the embankment to the left flank and take them out from there. So I told him, I said, listen, if we're gonna charge the enemy, I'm gonna yell out charge as loud as I can. Everybody who's online in the clearing, if we get hit, cease fire immediately. And that's when the fire team will come through and just lay waste to everybody. So we go ahead and we cross, we set up our security. So we get to the embankment, I take my fire team and I take them over 100 yards to the right. And the rest of the fire teams, they get online and they start proceeding towards, into the clearing. They get about halfway through the clearing and all I start hearing is pop, 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 pop. So they get down, they're under contact. I can hear them and it's pretty much a dead-on ambush. They're on the other side of the clearing and they're just laying waste to them. So I'm like, alright. So I take my guys and I just start moving as fast as I can through the woods. In the area I'm just moving through on the right flank of the clearing. It's pretty heavily wood, vegetation. But they're not going to hear us because of all the fire as long as we're running. So I'm running. We run about, I don't know, 60, 70 yards in, and I can hear them off to our left. So I hold us on the edge of the tree line, and I can kind of make out. I can see their muzzle flashes through the blanks. I kind of see them. They're all prone, facing towards where the rest of the platoon is. And I can see one of the instructors standing behind them, and he's got night vision on, of course, because the instructors get the night vision. So I get my fire team, and I tell them online. I said, we're gonna charge as fast as we can down the line and just start popping everybody you see. I was like, everybody you see laying down, pop them. I said, just run by, pop them once, run to the next one. I said, we're just gonna take them full force. They're not gonna know what's gonna hit them. I said, hold your fire until you get right up on them. So we just start running out there, and I yell charge as loud as I can, and I hear my guys immediately stop firing, and all the other guys that the ambushing platoon, they're all lined up prone, so they're pretty much lined up facing us, like I can just run down a line if I wanted to, and they're still firing. So we're running down this line, just pop pop, and the guys' faces, they look over and see us standing over them shooting. Their look on their faces was like, what the fuck is going on, because they couldn't tell who the fuck we were. So we're just pop, 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 running down the line, pop, 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 and the guys aren't even shooting at us because they don't even know what the hell's going on. So they're kind of sitting there, and I go up to somebody, pop, pop, and they're like, "What the fuck, dude?" And then I keep running down the line. All my guys are running down the line, and at that point, I see the rest of my platoon. They're coming up towards us. They're just running. They're not really firing at, they're just kind of running to meet up with us. At that point, we'd already reached the end of the line. We were pretty much just done. Like, I had to reload. I shot so many people. And it was funny because the instructor's just standing there, the ambushing instructor. He's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Who told you to do that shit? And I hear my instructor over on the other side where the rest of the platoon was laughing his ass off, like his heart, oh, he was freaking dying. So he came up to me after it was over. We all kind of regrouped. We started marching back to where our bivouac site was. And he's laughing. He's like, that's the best fucking thing I've seen all goddamn year. And I was like, I had a feeling something like that was going to happen. I was like, I told him how I saw the clearing on the map and shit. And he's like, that's pro. He's like, I like that. And I was like, yeah, you guys keep fucking with us so much. You make me nervous every time we go out and do shit. And he's like, hey, you got to keep your situational awareness and blah, blah, blah. That's what it's all about. During the training, they do a lot of shit where they try to fuck with you real quick. Throw a guy in there like, there's plenty of times you're going to get ambushed, and, when you're just walking and you're not expecting shit, and you're kind of just hanging out, not expecting it, just like, oh, today sucks, and the next thing you know, you're getting ambushed. You're like, okay, what the fuck's going on? So, it's pretty funny to do shit like that. But, that's not, when I handled fire teams and stuff, in my unit, we do a lot of stuff like that. Like, I try to think outside the box, and, I wouldn't sit there and try to get myself into a firefight where I'm going to be stuck in a position for a while, or, in a shitty position. I would try to think. And if you got to split up platoons, that's how you got to do it sometimes, but I would always try to put myself in a position to where I can just overwhelm the enemy quickly and in a route they wouldn't expect. And look at all these idiots. It's like, hey, how's it going? But that's how it is. And I try to bring that with when I play Arma too. I try to do that. I try to think outside the box and do what people wouldn't expect, really. Of course, I get stuck on this like ledge here with the war pig. Ugh, it sucks. But anyways, guys, make sure you guys leave me the questions. Definitely need some general questions about the Marines, not just specific. I mean, you can do MOS specific if I know about it, if it's infantry related, but not like, oh, I have knee problems, should I join the Marines, and blah, blah, blah. Not those kind of questions, but, general Marine type questions. Alright, guys, so we're wrapping up 24-0 like a boss. Alright, talk to you guys later. Peace.